Hey guys, welcome. Today's practice is going to be all about digestion, something I've struggled with for years. And so I know that there are a lot of tools in our yoga toolkit that can really benefit that. Spoiler alert, we'll work a little bit with the core to stimulate that, but a variety of things as well. So good to have a block. We're actually going to start lying down with the block supported like a supported bridge. So you could even use a pillow or two if you don't have a block handy for today's practice and come all the way down. And once you lift your hips, just slide it underneath so it feels like it's really up underneath the meat of the glutes and supported there. And then you can bring your arms out to the side. You can even bring your hands to your belly if that feels good. Maybe let your eyes close or just get soft. And then let the weight of your hips really settle down into that support. And so before we get into that more active work, just taking a moment to bring attention, right, to the midsection, to the digestive organs. Let's check in and see how things feel. And then also just start to bring a little bit of breath there, right? We often do this at the beginning of the practice. But with the intention here of really just starting to oxygenate the tissues. Allow a little bit of softening and space before we work a little bit more with compression. And as we bring attention there and breath there, we actually start to increase blood flow as well. A great way to nourish the tissues. So just take a few more breaths. Find the place where it feels full, but you're not pushing it or forcing it. Last one. And you can release your hands, lift your hips, slide your block off, set that to the side, and then keep your feet as they are in bridge pose. Reach your arms long down by your sides with your palms down. Good. Root down through your feet. Take a full breath out. And then with your inhale, just slowly lift your hips. It might be a little back bend, might be a little higher. See what it feels like. And then exhale, lower down. Good. Let's take a couple with breath. Inhale, lift up. Again, just getting blood flow, oxygen moving. And exhale, lower. Space before the compression. Lift up, inhale. And you are welcome to add the arms if you want. Exhale, lower. Right? Our intention is more movement with the belly, but do it feel good if you want to reach up as you inhale, arms up overhead. And then exhale, lower, hips and hands at the same time, or you can just stay with hips. One more, reach up. And then full length of your exhale, lower the hips down. Good. And then just take a breath. Let the hips and the low back settle. Feel a little space, maybe a little more softness in the belly. And then you're going to go ahead, stretch your arms out long and stretch your legs out long, reach your arms up overhead. And get active through your legs, so flex your feet, press out through your heels, and stretch long with your arms. Take a full breath in. And then with your exhale, draw your right knee in, lift your head up a little bit, and then wrap your hands around. It might be knee or shin, wherever it works. Give a little squeeze. And then inhale, stretch all the way long again. Right? So just move with breath. Exhale, left leg in. Right? You can lift the head, reach for your hands. And if it feels like it's far to reach, sometimes a block underneath your head can give you a little bit more height. Inhale. Directions on the first one. Exhale, right leg in. Reach up, take a hold, give it a little squeeze. Keep legs active. Inhale, reach, stretch out. Good, just start to move with your breath, left side. And if you wind up different, right and left side, doesn't matter, we just keep flowing. Well, this pose is often called wind relieving pose or apanasana. Right, really good for stimulating the large intestine. Moving side to side. So we move up the right side first. That's the ascending colon. And then down the left, descending colon. Good. Take a couple more. Just finding that rhythm pattern of your breath today. Let's do one more full round wherever you're at. Give a little good squeeze in, thigh towards your belly. And then last side. Good. And then once you finish there, bring both knees into your chest. Right, you can give that little extra squeeze of the thighs in towards the belly. Take a rock side to side. That's one sometimes I feel like we could do every morning just to get digestion moving to start the day. Super simple, but really effective. And then take your hands behind your thighs, roll forward just until your feet come to the ground. And then take your hands behind thighs, lift shins parallel, right? Navasana, but starting with knees bent. And then flex your feet. Lift your chest and let your shoulders drop down and back. Find a little steadiness here. And give a little squeeze of your inner legs in towards center. So we're just bringing attention into the midline. Okay, with your inhale, straighten your legs or towards straight. Lower your upper body down a little. Bring arms out to the sides. Good. And then exhale, come back, hands behind thighs, knees bent, lift your chest. Inhale, open up, expand. So we get to this half boat pose, lowered down a little bit. And then exhale, lift up, squeeze in. Remember that I said about the core as a target for the digestion? Yeah, inhale, open up. And then exhale, knees bent, hands behind thighs, lift chest. Two more, inhale. And just go at your pace, your breath rhythm. Exhale. Last one, you got it, inhale. Exhale, right, diving right in with a shorter practice. And then cross your ankles, roll all the way back down dog. And once you get there, just take a moment to settle in. Root through your hands, lengthen through your spine, and send your heels towards your mat. Right? Maybe a little bend in the knees if that feels supportive. Good, full breath in. Full breath out. And then inhale, reach your right leg up and back. Exhale, bring your right knee towards your right elbow, right shoulder, and bring your shoulders forward over your wrists. Squeeze. Inhale, lengthen it back. And then exhale across, right knee towards left, right? So again, stimulating with that squeeze of thigh towards belly. Inhale. And then exhale, come straight down the center. Pause. Shoulders over wrists. Hug your heel up, hug your thigh up, give a little squeeze. And then with your exhale, step your foot all the way through. And you might even want to grab the ankle, help it along. And you can always do blocks here underneath your hands if that feels a little more supportive. Set your foundation, give the thighs a little squeeze in towards one another. And then find just a little tone through your belly so it feels supported. But then also just let the right side of your belly rest down onto your right thigh. So you feel that firm pressure, firm contact. Keep the crown of your head lengthening forward. And stay up on the ball of your back foot. And so you might be able to really feel your belly expand and contract against your thigh as you breathe here. Good. Next, inhale, take a big step forward. Exhale, fold. Legs might be straight or knees bent. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Spine parallel. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Sweep your arms out, around, and up. Exhale, bring your hands together at your heart. And take a breath. Feet might be hip width, big toes might be together. Strengthen your legs as you root down into your feet and pull your kneecaps up. Okay, inhale, reach both arms up. Take a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Take a breath in, reach up. And then exhale, side bend to your right. And you can really let your left hip sway way out to the side. So we just want to create a little bit more space now on the side body, right? Open up the tissue again, like we did at the beginning, but now hitting a little bit more of the side of the belly. Good. Come back to center, inhale, switch. Take a hold of right. Big breath in, reach up. And then exhale over to your left. And see if you can keep hips and shoulders moving towards square, just so the whole left side isn't dipping back. And then take a couple full breaths into the right side body and let your right hip sway way out to the side. Good. Back up through center, inhale, fold forward, exhale. Again, maybe bent knees if that feels better. Lift halfway, lengthen your spine. Hands can come mat or shins or thighs. Exhale, fold, hands down, step back to plank. We'll hold here for a few breaths. So if you want to bring knees down at any point, if that feels better, please do that. Root down through your hands. Find a little lift in the low belly, right? So this core work, thinking about that action of turning on the digestive fire, building a little heat within the abdomen, right? We don't want to overdo, we don't want to burn out, but that heat that helps with, right, moving things through, breaking food down, stimulating digestion. Good. Next, exhale with bent knees or straight legs, lower all the way down. Okay, untuck your toes, stretch your arms back by your sides, and make fists with your hand, just gentle fists. And a little different here, you're going to take your fists and slide them underneath your body, right, somewhere like inside the hip bones there, so that we're giving this nice compression again along the intestines. Stay strong and anchored through legs and feet. Take a full breath out. And then inhale, gentle lift up, head, chest, shoulders. Maybe a little more pressure there. Be mindful of how it feels for you. Exhale, lower down. A couple times with breath. Lift up, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Last one, float up. And soften down. And then you can release your hands, your fists, bring them by your sides, stretch back down dog. And really root down through your hands just so you have that support here. Inhale, lift your left leg up. And then exhale, left knee towards left arm. Shoulders forward over wrists. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, left knee towards right arm. Good. Sweep it back, inhale. And then straight down the center, exhale. Pause. Root through your hands. Draw your knee up, draw your heel up, give a little squeeze in. And then step your left foot all the way forward. Right, organize your feet so you feel steady side to side, up on the ball of your back foot. Hug your legs into center. And then tone a little through the low belly. So even though it's touching your thigh, it feels supported. Right, and with that support, then let the left side snuggle right against the left thigh. Right, take a few breaths. You're using the breath to expand and contract and increase the compression along the left side. Great. With your next inhale, take a big step forward. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands together at your heart. Okay, inhale, reach up, move with your breath. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway, long spine, strong legs. Exhale, fold, hands down, step back, plank again. Knees up or knees down. Either is really starting to work the core to build a little heat there. So think that zipper through the low belly and then hugging the outer waistline in to create that support all around. One more breath in. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time with the fists. So stretch your legs back, untuck toes, make fists, slide them underneath your belly. Maybe you choose just a slightly different place. Again, just being mindful. We're not aiming to dig them in there, but just create slight pressure. Full breath out. Inhale, lift up, head, chest, shoulders, and it might just be a tiny bit. Exhale, lower. Keep the tops of your feet pressing. Lift up, inhale. Lower down, exhale. One more, float it up. Good, lower down. Unwind your hands. Stretch back down dog. Take a full breath into the belly. Right leg up, inhale. And exhale this time, just step all the way through. Right, set your feet up again for that stable lunge. But this time, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, twist. Right arm back, left arm forward. And stabilize the foundation by hugging your legs in and press into the ball of your back foot. And then give your shoulder blades a little squeeze together. Right. From there, reach back with your right hand. So you're turning ribs, right ribs into the twist. Right. We always talk about twist great for compression of the abdominal organs. It really is. We're saying that we're pressing, 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 and then squeezing. Pressing, pressing, squeezing. Wringing it out. Inhale, come back to center, reach both arms up. And then exhale, bring your hands down to your mat. Walk your hands forward, lift your left leg. And if you want to use blocks here, sometimes that's really nice for standing splits, especially if it's challenging to get your hands to the ground. You might also just bend your right leg a little bit. Okay, level off through your hips. So roll your inner left thigh up. As you inhale, stretch the crown of your head forward. And then exhale, draw your knee in, knee to nose, squeeze it underneath. Lengthen out, inhale. Good, knee to nose, exhale. You can even press your hands down, hug your knee up. Lengthen it back, take a breath in. And then exhale, hug and squeeze. Knee up, thigh up, heel up. Reach back, inhale. Both feet down, exhale. And bring your hands to your hips. Press into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands together at your heart. Reach up, inhale. Building a little heat, keep moving. Exhale, sit back, chair pose, Utkatasana. Bring your hands together at your heart. Settle the weight back into your heels. And as your hips drop, lift your heart towards your hands. Take a breath in. And then exhale, twist. Left elbow outside right thigh. And if that twist is feeling not great, not working for you, you can also come back to where we were in the lunge with your arms out wide. Good. So whether your feet are together, hip width apart, hug legs in towards center, but keep your knees stacked over your ankles. Lengthen the crown of your head forward. And then roll your right ribs up, left ribs down to twist. See if you can find a little room for breath here, even within that depth of the twist. And inhale, come back to center. We're going to go right to the second side. Exhale, twist, right elbow across. Keep the attention hugging to midline, lengthen out through your spine, and then roll left ribs up, right ribs down. Keep your hips settling back and down, and keep your breath steady. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Nice work. Lift halfway, inhale. And then walk your hands forward again underneath your shoulders to your mat or to your blocks. Start with your feet together. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back. And flex your foot. Roll the outer right hip down. Take a breath in, stretch the crown of your head forward. And then exhale, curl and round it under, knee to nose. Lengthen back, inhale. Hug, squeeze, belly to thigh, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Good, open up, inhale. And then bend your front knee, take a big step all the way back to lunge. Set your blocks to the side if you're done with them. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, twist, left arm back, right arm forward. Good, stabilize your legs. Press into the ball of your back foot. Right, and then give a little squeeze of your shoulder blades in. Right, keep that as you reach back with your left hand, left ribs. Sometimes the shoulders want to creep up too. You can let them soften down. Good. Inhale, reach both arms back up. Exhale, hands down to your mat. Step back, down dog. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, bring your knees down to your mat. Good. Bring your knees together, untuck your toes, and then sit back, hips to heels. Let your belly rest towards your thighs and your forehead come to your mat. You could even slide a little block under there if that feels better. Slow down your breath. Right, we build a little heat, get things moving, activating through the abdomen to build that digestive fire, that Agni that it's called. Right, I should say this practice is probably better for times you need to get digestion moving than the opposite, than when we need to slow things down. And then from here, press into your hands, lift your hips, stretch back, down dog. Good. Walk your hands back to your feet, come to the back of your mat. Take your feet out a little wider, turn toes out, and then settle your hips down, squat. If you want a block or even two blocks, anything up under your hips, do that. Good. Bring your hands to your heart. And then see if you can walk your ribs a little bit up towards your knees. So we're just lengthening out, keeping that space in the belly. But then let your hips and pelvis settle down towards the ground. Now the feet feel supported, but the hips can start to settle. You can soften or close your eyes. And come back to that full steady rhythm of your breath to your belly. Poses like squats are great for moving the energy down. In Sanskrit, we call this apanavayu, right, or this downward action of the wind. Right? Often we're spending a lot of time energy up moving into our head. We want to stimulate digestion. We want to encourage elimination. Get things moving in a downward action. And so after the compression and the twists, and just start to move the energy down. Give yourself a few more breaths here. And then release your hands, lift your hips, and then walk your hands forward again one more time, down dog. Good, let's take a couple big cleansing breaths here. Full breath in through your nose. Full breath out through your mouth. Full breath in. Full breath out. Good. And then with your next inhale, lift to your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. We're going to come all the way to a seat. So you can walk, can hop, can jump through. If you want to sit up on your blanket or your block or anything like that, you can do that. Just whatever cross-legged seat feels good. And so instead of Shavasana for this shorter practice, we're going to take a few moments seated. Bring attention back like we did at the start, breath to the belly. You might even take your hands to your belly. Anchor through your hips, again, just letting the energy settle down. But stay tall through your spine. Good. Take an inhale to a count of 4. Exhale, count of 6. Let all the air empty out. Inhale, count of 4. Exhale, count of 6. Right? It doesn't have to be exact, but we do this often for different ways or for different reasons. Here again, just lengthening out the exhale, that intention of elimination, of release within the exhale. Just take a few more like that, your breath, your rhythm. If you want to stay with your breath, you can just stay and do that. You're ready to finish. Bring hands together at your heart. Lift heart to hands. Bow head to heart. Thank you so much for taking the time to share practice today. Namaste.